This should be your right arm. This should be your left hand down here. You've got 70% of weight. Now then, we've got to pung. And then what we worked on last week was this: turn the shoulders towards the front knee. This elbow is settling. The elbows basically are doing this a little bit. But first of all, you've got to bring them round. So although I am settling, it's a slow process. I'm going to exaggerate, so just watch me a second, please. Okay, just to bring us back to where we were. So in effect, what I do is I'm going to over open the elbows to make it really obvious. So we've got an open move. This is called open. Yeah. The feeling is the elbows are lifted, I'm open. So I come round, they're still open. Please don't do it this much ever. This is too much. And then I get to here, but look at the elbows. They're beginning, this one's rolling in. This one's also rolling in. They're starting to close. And as you sit back, they close even more. And I sit down. So I've got this squeezy feeling on the way back. Now then, if I do it more realistically and not over the top, the arms from here are pung, okay? I haven't got them stuck out the side like this, let's face it. This is a pull down. So, but I'm not tucked in like this or like this. So what I do is I circle round and they're beginning to squeeze. This is just beginning to squeeze in and I get to here. Notice I haven't done this or this already. I haven't got there yet. That's coming. So off we go. Ready? This is your right hand. Here's your left hand. Turn your shoulders towards your front knee without moving the front knee, and actually move your weight forwards very slightly towards your front knee. Okay, so this is now beginning to squeeze, but now I let this really drop and I have that squeezy feeling as I sit back into the middle. And now I push down with the right arm, left arm, and up with the right arm, and that is the end of Lu. Now then, this elbow is now at full squeeze when I've done that move. This elbow has actually, if you watch me now, you'll see, if I try and get the right angle, I come round here. This is your left arm, it's going to be. So you come down here, and then I'm going to go push down. Look at the elbow, it's tucked in, it's stayed tucked in, and I lift. I haven't gone here and bring the elbow back. That would be an open. So I have this feeling of, you're at the drinks party or something. You've got a tray full of glasses here, and you say to someone, would you like a drink off the tray? You don't go, would you like a drink off the tray? You angle the arm out. You probably don't even do that, but so. A sort of hinge action takes place, and that's what we've got here. So here we are on the front leg. This is your right leg, yes. And you circle up. Now the elbows are beginning to close. I've turned my shoulders towards my front leg, and now I sit back, and the elbows continue to do that squeeze. And now they do more squeeze. Down with the right hand and up with the left, but this elbow has stayed tucked in and I've pushed it out to the rear diagonal. Okay, so what was I going to say about that? So here down, oh yeah, so you still need that feeling, and that is the end of Lu. Lu is a closed move. It's a feeling of the elbows squeezing in, and we need that in there. Yeah, good, just checking the cat hadn't got trapped. Okay, so once again, forwards more, start the squeeze, sit back and the elbows continue to squeeze, and the palms now down and up. Okay, so far I haven't done any pushing down, I haven't done any lifting up, I've just dropped my elbows. Now I take more weight back and I turn the body that way even more, and I push down and I lift out. Okay, now what I was going to say, which I just remembered, is that this elbow has now gone towards this hip bone, and this elbow has stayed with that hip bone, hasn't detached from the hip bone. So I've got a kind of feeling of the hip bones and the elbows working together. Ready? Circle up and around, shoulders are turning. Sink elbows as you sit back. Now push down, keep the elbows feeling like they're working with the hips. Turn your hips more to the left. Now then, you're going to fold this arm towards your face. Yeah, you're going to fold that one in, and you're going to allow the bottom hand to release more, so they're both coming in, but at the same time, you turn your body back to your screen. Now, Just to make this quite clear, this is the 10 move form, and the 16 move form does the same, and the 24 move does exactly the same. But when you come to other forms like the 42, the long form, the 108, and the 40, and the 48, probably, I'm not familiar with the 48 so much, as one I've never worried myself with. It used to be the old competition form, and then it was too long, so they changed it to the 40, so 42. So sorry, the 40, Yang 40. So I didn't ever bother with the 48. Probably should have done, but I didn't. So here we go. Body's going to fold back. So we're going to do it in 3 stages when we get to that bit. So round, squeezy moment, shoulders turn towards your front leg. And now sink, and this is your elbows sinking. You're sitting back. You're in the middle roughly. Now you're definitely more on your back left leg, and you've pushed down and up. Now 3 sections. Let's do it in 3 goes. So 1, fold the arm in. 2, drop the hand down. 3, turn your body back. Yep, and that's it. Except that you don't stop, and you don't do it in 3. So when I get to here, what I do is I'd start turning the body back, and the hips therefore turning, and it's bringing the elbow with me. So this hip and this elbow, they work together. There's the hip being brought, coming back, it just brings the elbow back. So I go here, then I fold, turn back. This is dropped already, and as it comes into the middle, I lift it up and join hands together. You can have both hands facing you, or the inside hand could just be the side of the hand on here. When I first learnt, we always were taught like that. But actually, if you try doing that, so let's have a go at doing that. So just face your screen, put your hands facing you. This is your left hand in here on the inside. This is your right hand. Turn, yeah, like this, okay? Quite okay. Just keep your body facing this way. Now try and twist this palm to face me. And you can feel this elbow possibly wants to lift, but you can also, more than anything else, feel that these 2 bones here, here's your radius on the thumb side, here's your ulnar, it's like they've done that. They've twisted. So when you do this and you try and attempt that, you've now twisted 2 bones. So that's not so good on your structure. So what you do is, well, you'll see what we do. Okay, so here we go again. Right foot forward. Circle up round, shoulders turn. Sink into your rear foot. Push down and up, turn body more weight on the back foot. Now, fold in, let the bottom hand go, turn the body back, this elbow's following the hip, and bring them together. And now all we do is, as you move forwards, you do that inside rotation with your left hand, only your left hand, but you lift the elbow at the same time. So here, this arm just does that, but this one does that. Hand stays in the same place, but it does that, and you don't get that twist on the arm anymore. You've lost it. So that's what we want in this particular movement. When you come from, let's go from here. Yep. So circle up and around, shoulders turn. Sink elbows, and the palms are turning, elbows are dropping. This is palm up, this is palm down. Turn more, put the weight onto the back foot. Squeeze into the middle. Now, as you're squeezing, this is now dropped, and then I finish my turn and this one lifts. And now I move forwards and I rotate the inside hand only, which will be your left hand, and the elbows are lifted. Yeah, good. Okay, so I have one more thing to do on that before we move on to the very last move of Grass and Sparrow's Tail, which we'll do in a minute. And the exercise we began with is very relevant to that. So here we go, once more. The thing I need to do is immediately now. 1, turn the shoulders and the hands come round. Good, okay. The hip does not turn. You turn from the waist. If you turn your hip, watch my back leg. If you turn your hip, the back leg look, the outside edges come off the floor. Yeah, so when I turn, I feel like the knee is pushing out towards the wall, but it doesn't. All it is the feeling of there is someone standing here with the hands on my knee here, and as I do that turn, they try and make my leg collapse, and I just don't let them. So when I'm here and I do that turn, I feel like that knee is doing that but without actually showing anything at all. In other words, I put some focus into it. This is no different to what we were doing with the hands here on the Qigong. You're using the back to reflect the front. You're using the lower down in the back to reflect the front. So when I do a turn this way, I'm using this leg to reflect what's going on with the other body, with the upper body this way. So it's keeping my internal balance, if you like, within the body. Whereas this would be a collapse. The leg has basically collapsed inwards. I've no longer got the internal balance. The left and the right are not being catered for. So here we go. Circle round. That's your left knee working as well. And now release and just sink the elbows and your weight 50-50, 60-40, 70-30 at least. Turn back. You're now 80-20 on your back foot. You're now completely back. You're ready to go. And now rotate the inside hand and press. Good. Okay. So this move is called G, press, and G is the focus of 2 points going towards 1 point. So that you can either think of the elbows coming together like this, or you're pressing. It's like you're triangulating towards 1 point in the middle. So when you do this movement here, so follow me a second, so drop your elbows for a second. Okay, now then you're going to do your press, no footwork. Just do your press. Okay, so where you are pressing on in this form and, well, pretty much, I don't know about the 108, not so much in the 108, oddly enough, but in this form and the other modern forms, you are basically pressing on your own wrist. You're supporting your own wrist. So if we're using this move to press somebody or to push somebody, basically this bit of your hand here, the wrist area, would be against their body, yeah? And this hand on the inside, as it turns, is supporting the wrist. When you do pung, which is where we've been starting here, you are using the same point. So pung and G are very similar in some respects. Pung, though, is only one side of the body, and it's side on a little bit. So I'm not square to you, I'm side on with the shoulders and hips. But when we come to G, everything is square, dead ahead. So therefore, in this move, the pressure is coming more from in this case, your left shoulder. This hand is the more active one. This is more passive. So yes, you are triangulating to a point, and yes, you can feel that, but practically, when you do a press, this is the active hand doing the push, because this side of your body is the one that's coming forward. So you're doing that in effect and using the whole side of your body, hip included as well, to do that, except we start from sitting back. Okay, and the other thing I have not mentioned is that when you do any of this stuff, let me just show you my front foot. So watch the front foot, round, sink, turn, push up and down. It has not lifted. It has not lifted at all. It's still flat. And then I do my press and it's still flat. So in classes, I see people lifting that front foot. The next move, you do lift the front foot, but in previous ones, you don't. Right, so let's do that once more and then we move on. Here we go. Circle up and around. Shoulders turned. Elbow, knee. Don't forget your knee. Sink elbows. Turn. 50, 60%. 70% on the back foot. Squeeze together. So we're coming together. Yeah, they've met. We're now 80% on the back foot. Body square. Inside hand only. Elbows lift. Okay, so now what's going to happen is, if you look at my arms, I haven't done that. And this is what another thing that people do. They think they've got to do this. The push is actually coming from the body rather than the hands. So you can face your screen, it's fine, but I'm going to be side on to you. So there we are. I've got the foot forwards. I'm now going to sit back. And so I just sit back. Yep. I literally just push myself backwards. Push yourself backwards now, but as I do it, As I push myself backwards, now it becomes an oval at the front rather than a circle. So I'm on the front foot here and I've done my press. You see, it's not out here, it's here. I now extend my arms whilst sitting back. And again, here's another example of when we did the Qigong, something coming out at the front, something at the back. Here, something at the front, something a bit lower down the back in this case. So here we go. So you've done your press. Let me just show you my front foot, you'll see. Okay, so I haven't overextended, not yet. Oh, well, I never overextend. Sit back and extend. Now, wipe the back of your right hand. Now, sink into your back foot, toe up, and allow your body to turn very slightly to your left. So now your hands and your elbows and your hips, sorry, hips and elbows are working together. Okay, once again, so you're here on your front foot. Yeah, palm out, palm facing. Expand and sit back. Split hands, toe up. Elbows sink towards hips, which are turning very slightly into the corner. And now I go forwards, but halfway I lift up and I push. And I lift with my elbows and I lift with my hip. So the elbows and the hips stay metaphorically connected. Obviously not literally, I'm not doing this down here. So once again, sit back, toe up, sink elbows to hips, bodies turn slightly, toe up, yeah? And now turn your hip back and finish. And again, notice I have not done that. I've used the body to do the push, not the arms. And the word push is a really annoying one because everybody always tries. I say push out, and of course you're doing a push even with your elbows bent, but people try and do a physical arm push. So once more, the whole bit now from Pung. Okay, here we go. Don't forget your left knee when you start. Left knee feels like it's supporting something from your left. Now sink elbows, you're 50% back, your body's turning. Now put more weight on the back foot as you do the split. Now join the hands together and sit right back onto your back foot. The inside hand nearest you is facing you at the moment. Now move forwards, lift your elbows and the inside hand's rotated. You're pushing on your own wrist. Now push away, sit back. Split the hands, toe up and sink elbows to hips. And now feel your hips moving forwards and let the elbows go with them, lifting, and finish with a push. And you can put a little bit of extension in, but it's not very much. You really don't need to. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all on that. The only thing I didn't say is that when you sit back, this is a pelvic tilt. You use your back to draw yourself backwards. In other words, when you sit back, you don't sit back with your bum stuck out like that. You actually tuck your bottom under to sit back. So tuck under as you sit back. But we'll review this next time anyway.